welcome back to Semi Homemade. I'm Sandra Lee, and I am going to make some hottie cupcakes for you. And it starts off with a little bit of brown sugar. These are beautiful and decadent, but they've got some spice to them. Now, the first thing I want to do is just take a stick of butter, and this is softened room temperature. And I'm also going to take some brown sugar. Now, I keep a piece of bread on the top of my brown sugar so that it stays nice and moist. Then go in here, firmly packed. Pop that in here. Bread goes back. All right, now together I want to cream these, but let me fold this in a little bit so that I don't get brown sugar all over the kitchen. Okay, now to this I'm going to add a couple things that are going to sound very unique, I know, but let me tell you something, they give great flavor. The first thing I'm going to add in here is just a couple tablespoons of chopped jalapenos. You get those jars, you know, they're in water, and you know I always use that water in my taco recipes. Well, I'm going to use the actual jalapenos in these hottie cupcakes. But I have 2 teaspoons of cinnamon going in here. And then you're going to put in a half a teaspoon of cinnamon oil. You can get this where they sell the extracts. Half a teaspoon of that. That adds great flavor. A couple tablespoons of water. And then a package of Devil's Food cake mix. This is an awesome recipe. You have to try this. Now I'm going to give it another quick stir so I don't get cake mix all over the kitchen. And then we will use a mixer. Lastly, just 1 egg. Okay, this is pretty much done. Beaters out. Get as much off these beaters as you can. And the rest is for you. And this is going to go right into the refrigerator to set up. This is yum, yum. I can eat this with a spoon before it's even cooked. All right, now, this goes in here for about an hour to set up. And then this is going to go into just your cupcake molds. And before I fill my muffin tins with this wonderful batter, I am going to just put some non-stick cooking spray in here. So it makes taking them out much easier. Now, go ahead and take your spoon and fill these up just so you cover the bottom a bit. Now, one thing that is very important is that each one of these is filled up evenly, because as they bake, you want them all to bake the exact same time. And these go into the oven on 375 for 15 minutes. Now, I have some over here already cooling. This is what you get. See, they're nice and even, very important. Now what I'm going to do is show you what that secret filling is. This double, triple chocolate fudge icing. Very easy to find in the grocery store. All you're going to do is take little balls out of here and put them onto some parchment paper. Now you need to do this because these are going to go into the freezer for a couple hours to harden up. And that's very important because when you're baking them, you need to make sure that they don't fall apart in that baking process. And when they're frozen, it will make them almost like they're like gooey and ooey when you bite into them, like one of those molten cake things. I love those. Okay, now this is going to go right inside here. I just want to rinse off my hands, and then we are going to fill these cupcakes up the rest of the way with the rest of our batter. And you want to cover these icing balls just like that. You know this is going to be good. And one last one, and there's a little batter for me to eat. I'm going to be a very happy girl. Okay, these are going to go right back into the oven. Okay, and I need to turn those to the side so I can fit them both in here. Thank you. These will go right in here like this. And those are going to bake up for just a minute. And when you're done, you're going to get beautiful little cupcakes like this. Now, wait until you see the insides of these. But I want to put these on a plate. You love these. Are called love plates. I love them. All right, put these on a plate. And then you're just going to take a knife and go all the way around the outside of your hottie cupcakes to loosen them up. And see, this is why it's so important to use that cooking spray. And one final one. Then you're just gonna lift these onto your platter. Now this final one I'm gonna save for me, and I'm gonna put it into the microwave so the inside melts out again, but I wanna just powder them a little bit with some cocoa. Just dust them with a little bit of cocoa instead of icing, because remember, that icing is already on the inside. Just sprinkle. Oh, now it doesn't get more delicious than that. Let me tell you, if you are a chocolate lover, you are gonna love this recipe. Okay, when I come back, I'm gonna show you how to make a great Brick House Mary cocktail time in just a second.